In today's video, I'll look at the Evergreen plug-and-play Chia miner. We'll look at the cost, the electricity, the earnings, the ROI, how the earnings might look in the future, and I'll end off with some of my own thoughts. Here on the Nordic Crypto channel, I review crypto miners and devices, so if you like that, click on these buttons here so you'll see more of my videos. Also, after 12 months of work, I have now finally created the free crypto beginner guide that anyone can look at. So if you yourself or if you know any friends or family that want to get into crypto, they can now see the exact steps on how to do a bank transfer, how to buy crypto the cheapest ways, how to send crypto and stay safe, and all the basic things within crypto. And they can now all learn and see that themselves 100% for free in the video guide right here. So take a look if you're interested. Okay, so let's get into the video featuring the Evergreen miner. To get the best overview of a crypto miner is to do some research on the project, the token, and so on. But I know most of you here are mainly interested in the earnings, the ROI, the cost, and so I have a solution for you. I will now give you a 30-second summary of what I think are the most important background information surrounding the Evergreen miner and the Chia token, and then I go straight into the cost and the earnings of the miner. So 30 seconds on the block for the summary, let's go. The Evergreen miner mines or farms the Chia token using hard drives. The hard drive space is enabled to perform transactions to solve the blocks that runs and secures the Chia network, which is a layer 1 solution. The aim with Chia is to basically have a more energy efficient and scalable blockchain compared to Bitcoin or Ethereum. The founder of Chia is Bram Cohen, who also invented BitTorrent. The current circulating supply is 7.8 million Chia tokens, but the Chia team pre-farmed 21 million Chia tokens during their mainnet launch that they used for the development of the network. The Chia token does have halvings that occur every 4 years. And that's it for the summary, so now on to the Evergreen miner. The first thing I want to mention is that these miners are not that quiet, they make a little bit of noise. Out of all of my miners, the Evergreen miner is the loudest one. I would say that I could not have this in my living room, but if I have a separate room with a door, I could have it in there as long as I keep the door closed. Here you can see the current Evergreen miners and how much they cost. Basically, the miner consists of a hub with a power cable and several extension packs that you can connect back to the main hub. So the miner comes in certain packages where the amount of extension packs and the storage space in the extension packs varies and therefore cost different amounts. But basically, a higher storage space earns more. Now, I'm not a financial or investment advisor, but if you're looking to get an Evergreen miner after watching this video, you can use this discount right here, Nordic, and get them cheaper. The power consumption of these miners are relatively low. A starter kit Pro, for example, draws around 100 watts of power, which roughly translates into costing $6 to $10 per month in electric cost, so mining Chia is not that energy intensive as an ASIC miner. So the Evergreen miner's Chia token earnings are basically depending on the amount of hard drive space you have. And as you can see, these miners are labeled as to how many terabytes they have. But the earnings are more exactly decided by how many plots you have. And plots is the calculating space in your hard drives. A common plot takes up around 101 gigabytes of space, and the Evergreen miners contain the following amount of plots within each sized miner. So it's either by knowing the plot amount or the amount of terabytes that we convert into tebibytes, which is a unit to describing the computing capacity, we can put in the numbers here on this site to calculate the earnings. So I can write it in here and it will show me some theoretical earnings, but I will also compare these theoretical values to my own values because I have an Evergreen miner that I have for a while now, so I will compare these earnings. So let's take a look at the numbers for the Starter Kit Pro. It currently costs $2,999, it has 180 terabytes of space, and that translates into 163 tebibytes, which gives us around $59.5 per month in Chia token earnings. It uses around 100 watts of power, so around $6 to $8 in electric cost per month. That gives us a return on initial investment and ROI of about 4.19 years, not considering the electric cost, and roughly 4.8 years when taking into consideration the average electric cost. So the Starter Kit Pro is currently and definitely profitable, and that is even though we are in a bear market right now where most crypto mining projects aren't profitable at the moment. However, the time to get back the initial investment is quite long. The Starter Kit Plus for $1,399 currently gives us $23.80 per month and gets a ROI of around 4.9 years, not considering electric costs. And then the Starter Kit 10 terabytes size for $349 gives $3.31 per month in Chia token earnings and an ROI of 8.8 years, not including the electric cost. So yes, just using the starter kit that have the electric cost between $6 to $10 per month, this does not end up being profitable at the moment. It's actually losing me between $3 to $6 every month. But these numbers here on the site are just theoretical numbers. How does my earnings actually look like? I have had this starter kit 10 terabytes since April 2023, so for about 3 months right now. It currently mines me 0.0026 Chia tokens per day, which at the current Chia price of $33.50 per Chia, that gives me the daily earnings of around $0.08 per day, and that only accounts for $2.6 per month. So it earns me about 21% less than the theoretical value I got from the site. And so this miner is currently not generating me any profit and instead costs me to run every month due to the dollar rewards being lower than the electric cost. So what does it take to become profitable using the Evergreen miners? Well, I certainly need more extension hubs than on the starter kit. At the starter kit plus, it theoretically would earn me twice the amount of the electric cost. So that is currently the minimum I would guess to say would make a profit with these devices as of now. However, adding to this, one cannot forget that the Chia earnings decrease over time as well, because as more people join and farming Chia, the more the mining difficulty goes up and the less Chia tokens you get for your computing space. However, looking at the statistics on the Chia Explorer, one can see that the total allocated space to the Chia network have not been increasing all the time, and the Chia rewards per terabyte have gone back and forward a bit during the last year. So it seems a lot of people allocated space and farmed Chia during the last bull run, and now during the last year people have plugged out their miners, and so the rewards have been increasing a little bit. However, it now seems we are in an upward trend again with rising allocation of space, and if this continues, we should see some lowered Chia token earnings as well, per terabyte, so to say. But to what degree they will decline, how much the token price in dollars will change over time, how adopted and used the Chia network will become, are simply parameters we can speculate about. And all these factors can greatly impact the earnings amount in dollar value. And how the token price will behave is mostly up to the Chia team, since they hold the majority of the tokens. Adding to this, we also have the halving events, which will eventually further decrease the Chia tokens we earn. So to me, looking at these numbers, the only way for me to be able to hit my ROI is to buy the starter kit Pro at least, or an enterprise miner perhaps, if that's even better, I don't know. And then I would mine with the miners at least for 2 years, and hopefully during the next bull run the price of the Chia token at least increases 2 times in price, and then I could possibly sell my tokens, and that would then maybe be able to get me my return on investment. The one major thing that could turn these earnings around is if we start to see some major activity within the Chia ecosystem, with it being widely used and increased demand for the Chia token. On the Chia network webpage, they have outlined their intended utility for governments, enterprises, NFTs, gaming, and all kinds of D-apps. But all of this is yet to come. Sure, they have great potential, but I'm not convinced as of yet. So as of always, you get to decide for yourself based on the risk-reward if you want to get into mining Chia, and then if you want to hold or sell your farmed earnings. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.